Hello and happy Monday. It is I, Kat Kruger. Pronouns are she, her, and um, I'm doing a few things this week. I decided to turn on charity for the first time. I'm a new affiliate and fairly new to Twitch, um, but I'm doing a charity streaming this week for in support of Médecins Sans Frontières, or Doctors Without Borders. And I didn't set a goal because, like I said, like I'm, pretty new affiliate. I have a very small channel, but whatever we can do um, is great. So that's what I'm doing this week. I think I might open up uh, any donations if anybody makes a donation. I might just open up some of my content on Patreon or D&D Beyond. We're gonna create a vampire villain on Wednesday in Game Design Lab. We're in the process of doing that, and um, I think I might just offer that as an added bonus for anybody who donates here. But today, today I am streaming Thousand-Year-Old Vampire, but I'm doing it sort of my style. Doing it as a what we do in the shadows themed vampire. So the character I'm playing is her name was Mila Lugosi, so named by chat Jane, the geek in chat. Last week, though, she forgot who she was, and so she is no longer Mila Lugosi. She is now Baroness of Holga. Um, so we'll have to sort out how she's referred to. Maybe it's just Baroness. And I guess I'll just do a little bit of a recap here for anyone who has not followed along. Um, so yeah, Mila was. I tried to find, one of the fun things about playing this game so far has been doing some historical research, even if it's just surface level. And I wanted to have a character who was sort of representative of my experience, and that is uh, being mixed race. So, I wanted to find a region in history where uh, could have a character who is both white and Asian, and I picked like around Siberia area. Uh, Mila started life off as a merchant, unmarried older merchant who had basically inherited the business from her father, who was actually still alive at the start of this game, which I've been playing since the start of the year, so not that many weeks. And she had a really good friend in town who was a sage named Babustasia. And the sage had a cat named Invictus. And she also had a nemesis named Alton the Rash. Double entendre there. He thought that being rash in business was a good thing, and he also was known in town for developing from street rashes. So there's that. She got turned when her one of her horses fled the stable, chased it into the woods, and she was turned by a strigoi who we later named Stanislav. And let's see what else happened. Alton the Rash, ultimately convinced her good friends to sort of turn on her, and Mila unfortunately had an altercation in which Babustasia was killed by her hands, and she fled because she didn't want to harm anybody else, including her father. So she fled to the woods, where she lived for a number of years, I guess, as with Stanislav and another Strigoi named Yfiodor. Um, so we've named them base basically their names are eventually going to become Stanley and Jeff. Um, and these two immortals are constantly bickering, and she is um, she's just, living with them, and because she is, a merchant and really good at sort of being persuasive, she was able to persuade them. They were bickering over a uh, nobility's uh, like title papers from one of their victims, and she was able to convince them to pass along that identity to her so that she could take on that identity, and that is, Baroness of Holga. So they lived in another village for a number of years, pretending to be nobility, and she learned ship navigation and what else? Phlebotomy, and eventually, during this time period, did some more research, discovered that there were a whole bunch of like um, Mongolian wars in the region, so decided that was happening, um, and so they fled to the mountains to wait it out because you know vampires, they live for a very long time, um, forever, unless something terrible happens to them. So they fled to the mountains. Mila eventually um, she did one of those things where you decide you're going to take a 20-minute nap, and she woke up 100 years later, and it was during this time of her nap where she realized like her memories kind of faded a little, and she was unable to well, not unable to draw on the memories, but you know basically everybody in her life, every mortal in her life passed away during that period. I feel like maybe it's like a way that she coped is just by shutting out that part of her life. Um, so she doesn't have memory of exactly who she was. Her memories altered, and she now thinks that she was always a baroness. And yeah, I think that's where we've left off. I'm gonna move over into my journal now. And so the last entry is her just sort of musing, what about the fact that she has no memory of her family. So it's, she says, strangely, I have no recollection of my family. Did I marry? Have children? Were we happy? I suppose it matters not. Now I have Spice, her cat, and these two strigoi, who are like children. Is this not a family? So, how Thousand-Year-Old Vampire works is you have these journal prompts. I will move my journal pattern, journal pattern, uh, change the tab so that you can see the journal entry here. These are the prompts that I roll a d10 and a d6 and then subtract the amount. If it's a positive number, I move forward. If it's a negative number, I move backwards. And then if it's a 0, I stay on the page where there's 2 other prompts. And then if I go through all 3 of those prompts, I just go to the next journal entry. So, so in this last entry that I just read, I lost a memory slot, and then I have to erase my oldest name. Um, so that's what happened last time. It was quite a lot, actually. So I have a 9 minus 3 is 6, so I need to go up to 47. All right, so what we have here is a journal entry that says the world has evolved in ways you can't comprehend, causing you to lose a good amount of wealth. What happened? Check a skill. Create a skill that will hopefully prevent this happening again and then lose a resource. So I believe, so we started in the 13th century, so we're in the 14th century now. Let's just go check in online to do some research here. So 14th century Europe. All right, so there were lots of natural disasters in both Europe and the political and natural disasters in both Europe and the Mongol Empire. Um, Black Death, unfortunately, uh, wiped out a good chunk of the population. And let's see, in Asia, Timurid Empire. Let's see. What else is there? There was a famine. Gosh, a lot of things happened in the world in this period. What else? I'm just trying to find 100 Years' War began in England. um, feel like maybe it needs to be something about the Black Death. I just don't know what. It's a naval conflict here in China. Interesting. I am not familiar with this piece of history. It's the largest naval battle among one of the largest naval battles in history. I feel like because uh, she was relying so much on, she had a merchant ship that she confiscated from some sailors. So I think that could be something. Let me do here. Hmm. All right, so it's either going to be, I think, Black Plague um, or this naval battle. Maybe she's decided that she's not going to rely on ships. She's going to get out of shipping. Let's see what her. So she's going to check a skill and create a skill and then lose a resource. So let's just go back there. How many pages do I have here? This is gonna take a while here to just go back. I feel like she would lose merchant scales and just give up on merchant life. That makes sense anyway, because her thinking that she's a baroness, and then maybe lose navigation skill and gain something else. What does she think she's going to do to prevent this from happening again, though? Well, let's see. I'm going to mark off navigation and merchant scales. Now, as I mark these things off, I have to be mindful of what I have left, because I think when I no longer have, I don't know if it's resource and skill, or if I no longer have one of these traits, I think the game ends then. Let me just double check here. Let's see. I'm just gonna go and check ending the game. Okay, so the game ends if you are unable to check or lose a skill or resource when required to do so, or if a prompt tells you that the game has ended. All right, so she's still pretty safe here. She's got 3 skills and 2 resources. I do have to add another skill as well. Just I'm not really sure what she's going to replace it with. How is she going to ensure that she has enough to live by? I wonder if there's something to do with like making money. Not necessarily forging coins, but something like that. Um, counting house. Counting house is where financial books of business were kept. It's a central feature of commerce in the High Middle Ages. Hmm. Coin making. History of coin making. I wonder though if she like uh I'm actually thinking that maybe she creates some sort of pyramid scheme. Um, I think that would be kind of funny. Yeah. Let's see. She lost persuasive earlier. I think that she needs something similar to this. Um, I don't think I can uncheck a skill because I think I have to be prompted to do that. So I can't do persuasive, but maybe something like charismatic, um, like really good at deception. Yeah, deceptive, I guess. Or lying. I'm gonna put charismatic deception, maybe. All right, so the two things I have to do to resolve the prompt are write a journal entry because I'm playing the longer form of this game, and I also have to um, add an experience under memory. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 memories here. I'm going to add another memory sheet here, I think. Yeah. And what am I going to business venture? Highlight this. Oops. Gotta make that a thicker highlight. And then I'm going to write um, in order to secure those. have developed a scheme to um, channel, oops, channel money up like a pyramid with me at the top. All right. Next, I need to write the journal entry. All right. So the world around has changed much. Mortals leave this world quickly. My merchant ship has been destroyed in battle in its travels. Taking with it much of my wealth to combat this in the future. I have devised a new business in which I sell goods. No, it's not selling goods. I sell the idea of selling goods in a pyramid structure where those below those below provide wealth for those above. ultimately I am at the top of this stra- um, this business venture. All right. Hello, Jane. So we have I hope you're having a good Monday. Um, so our vampire, the Baroness, has basically invented pyramid schemes in order to uh, prevent wealth loss because the prompt that I just got is that she lost a lot of wealth with the evolving times around her. So I had to change. What did I do? I lost a skill and a resource and then gained a skill. So she has lost her merchant skills. She has lost her navigation because I said her ship went missing. Um, and she doesn't want to rely on that sort of thing anymore. So she's relying on, she's got charismatic deception as a skill now. So she's relying on people buying into this pyramid scheme to sell goods, and she just sort of collects the money. And we'll see how long this lasts. I felt like it made sense that she would lose some of the merchant aspects anyway because she lost the memory of really being a merchant and truly believes that she's a baroness. So so there we go. I hope you had a good weekend, Jane. Oops. Let's see if we can. Oh, I need to highlight this as well so that I know that I did this prompt. All right, gonna roll. Oh, I got a 0, 4 and a 4. So I stay on this prompt. You have helpless people put in your charge. Create a skill that helps you exploit them. Oh my gosh. Derive it from a happy memory. Oh my word. I mean, obviously, it's people in her pyramid scheme, right? But what memory am I going to derive it from? Yeah, my weekend was pretty good. I played so many games, Jane. Like so many games because my like Grayson, my kid, is he's really, really into games right now, and he got some belated gifts from the holidays just arrived. Um, and so he got 2 more games this weekend, and then we went to hang out with his friends at a game shop, and they played more games. So it was just a heavy gaming weekend, which is fun. I mean, I'm as a game designer myself, it's just nice that we share this passion for gaming, but it was a lot at the same time. I gosh, something from derive it from a happy memory. Oh, I keep doing that. Helpless people create a skill that helps you exploit them. Gosh, I don't know. Um, I've been thinking, Jane, I hear you. I've actually been thinking a lot about like solo games lately. I've been having conversations like with publishers and such, and just like there are increasingly more solo games, and I get it because like it's the lack of time or ability to like match schedules. I will say that Flamecraft, the one that we've been playing a lot, that one does have a solo version, and it's a super cute game. So if you get a chance to play that, I would recommend it. If helpless people, just don't know what memory this is going to come from. I'm trying to think of how to maybe tie it in with maybe spice, or this is not a good memory. This is a deleted memory. Hmm. Maybe it has to do with her dagger. Either gonna have to do with her dagger or her cat, I think. It could be tied into Stanislav and Fyodor, I guess. Hello, Latina Geek. So, to catch you up, essentially, our Baroness has invented pyramid schemes in history. This is what she's doing now. And yes, so I got prompt number 47, in which she created these pyramid schemes in order to secure wealth in the future because she lost a bunch in the 100-year nap that she took. Um, but now I rolled a double four, which means I stay on the same prompt and go to the next prompt available on this one. So now she's got these helpless people put in her charge, and I think obviously it's going to be the these people who are working for her, I don't know, multi-level marketing scheme here. And now I need to create a skill that helps exploit these poor people. And I have to derive it from a happy memory. So I'm thinking it's either, gosh, maybe it has to do with like her relationship with Stanislav and Fyodor. Like she's kind of managed this bickering duo over the course of the years, and maybe it's just sort of, I don't know, cat herding, girl. Yes. Yes. Time's a girl boss her way to the top. Oh my gosh. Um, I think I'm gonna call the skill cat herding, because it's like a combination of actually like, you know, having this relationship with her cat Spice, and also like managing Stanislav and Fyodor. So I think that's what I'm gonna add for her skill here. Um, all right, so I think this goes under business venture, which is a new memory she has. Um, and I always do these these entries in sort of a backwards way. I usually put the experience, like the outcome first in. So this is business venture is the memory, and then you can have up to 3 experiences under a memory. And usually the experience is the resolution of a journal prompt, or but I like to do the resolution first and then sort of work my way towards it. Um, so yeah. Um, All right. With so many helpless fools working for me, I have put to good use my management skills. And then I will add whoop, cat herding here. Put it in quotes. All right. So I see a couple more people have joined in chat in viewing here, and so Mila Lugosi is no longer Mila. Hi, Socialist Pie. Love to come into some cat. Yes. So what has happened is Mila, our former Mila Lugosi, now the Baroness of Holga, um, lost a bunch of wealth while she was, taking her 100-year nap. Um, and in doing so, she lost her merchant ship and her merchant scales. That part narratively made sense to me because she now thinks that she's a baroness and has always been a baroness. Um, but in order to secure wealth in the future, um, she lost a lot of wealth in this time period because of this. So she has now basically invented pyramid schemes. um, I got the same prompt twice. So she is she has created this business venture, and now she's also in charge of all these people. So now she's cat herding. I thought it was a good skill to have based on it was supposed to be based on a happy memory. So it's like literally cat herding from her relationship with her cat Spice, but also because Stanislav and Fyodor are constantly bickering, um, and she's constantly got to manage them. So I figured that was kind of a skill that she's probably developed. All right, so now after I've resolved that, I need to write a journal prompt for this. Gosh. Let's see. Business has been doing quite well. Oops. Quite well. But now I have many people. What's the terminology here? To manage. Um, as I searched for inspiration, management style. I realized I had everything I needed to herd cats, like Spice, Stanislav, and Ifidor. All right. Okay, so we have 2 journal entries from today. The world around has changed much. Mortals leave this world quickly. My merchant ship has been destroyed in its travels, taking with it much of my wealth. To combat this in the future, I have devised a new business in which I sell the idea of selling goods in a pyramid structure, where those below provide wealth for those above. Ultimately, I am at the top of this business venture. And then later she writes, business has been doing quite well, but now I have many people to manage. As I search for inspiration in management style, I realized I had everything I needed to herd cats like Spice, Stanislav, and Fyodor. All right. So we'll see what happens next. 8 and a 4. So I'm going to move up 4 more. That brings me up to 51. All right, so we have here, when you hunger too much, you become a hunting creature bereft of intellect. Lose a random experience from a memory somewhere in the middle of your memory list. Okay. All right, this is a bit of a challenge here because I've had to reorganize the memories. When I started off the game, I wasn't sorting them properly, I think. So this is out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think let's just count how many there are. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. So somewhere or 5 is 1, 2, 3, 5. Lose a random experience from a memory somewhere in the middle of your memory list. It's so weird. I just had this moment of deja vu. I'm going to mark this experience off. It's this experience, right? Yeah. So this is in the middle here. So she's forgotten how she was turned, so she doesn't remember that Stanislav turned her. So I think the experience that it gets replaced with then is, gosh, maybe it's just her kind of just always remembering being in the company of Stanislav and Fyodor, but um, she has no memory of before then. Um, I have traveled with Stanislav, Stanislav, and Fyodor for so long. I do not recall a time before them. Okay. Um, I think the journal prompt is just going to be one of the, I guess, like hunting memories. In order to maintain, in order to maintain um, enough employees, enough people in, enough mortals in my business. I have resisted temptation to feed on them, but I hunger and in doing so have lost control in our latest hunt. As we fed, All I could remember, all I could think of were all the times we have hunted together. Do not remember how or why or even when we all met. Okay. In order to maintain enough mortals in my business, I have resisted temptation to feed on them. But I hunger, and in doing so have lost control in our latest hunt. As we fed, all I could think of were all the times we have hunted together. I do not remember how or why or even when we all met. All right. Okay, that brings us to an hour into the stream. I am going to take a quick bio break and then return with more from Baroness Baroness of Holga, formerly Mila Lugosi, as she runs this medieval times pyramid scheme. All right, I will be back in about 5 minutes, and I'll see you back then. All right, welcome back to the second half of Thousand-Year-Old Vampire, in which I'm playing Baroness of Holga. She was formerly Mila Lugosi, but she lost that memory, and now, yeah, it is the 14th century. She has invented pyramid schemes in order to secure wealth, which she lost much of during a 100-year nap. Hi, Jane. And yeah, we have been the prompts so far have kind of revolved around this pyramid scheme business that she's got going on here. So now she's got mortals under her control. Yeah, yeah, I think so. Like she woke up and she was a baroness instead of a merchant, right? But yeah, that's basically what has happened in this hashtag goals. I love that, Latina Geek. Um, so yeah, we are just gonna continue on here. We've actually made some pretty good progress today. Usually, I feel like some of the prompts, um, maybe it's just getting used to this, the way that this is laid out now. It's allowing me to kind of figure out my process of writing in this journal and memory book. So I'm going to roll for another prompt here. This is a 9 and a 1. So I need to look at my journal prompt. Go to a 9 and a 1 is an 8. So I'm going to go to 59. So far, I haven't gone backwards yet, I don't think. Ooh. All right. A mortal discovers the journals of a long dead character or your own lost diary. What do they seek? Gain a skill or resource and then create a mortal character. Time to create an NPC. And I forgot to transition my screen there, so you get to read this journal entry too. Hmm. So The long dead characters that we have are, and I should probably explain also, this little phrase here, your own lost diary. So when I run out of room for a memory, I can create a diary, I think. I'm not sure. Let me check here to see if I need a prompt for it or not, because I haven't actually done that yet. Oh, I should probably go back because a diary can hold up to 4 of your vampire's memories. Unlike memories themselves, diaries are physical objects that are added to your resource list. You may freely create a diary whenever you need to move a memory into it. Like any other resource, a diary can be lost. When this happens, strike out the memories it held. Your vampire can have 1 diary at a time. Oh, okay. And it must contain at least 1 memory. And the other thing about a memory is that it is placed in the diary and is no longer in the vampire's head. It exists only in the diary, and the vampire accepts whatever is written as truth. Once a memory has been transferred to a diary, you may not add any further experiences to that memory. Interesting. Okay, so maybe I don't want to go back and do that, but if there's something particularly important, I guess I will make use of a diary. So currently, the Baroness does not have a diary, so it's going to have to be one of the characters, one of the mortals that passed away. So it's either going to be her father, Nikolai. Um, I feel like probably not, because then she would, because she doesn't actually have that connection anymore of knowing that she was Nikolai Lugosi's daughter. Um, there's also Babastasia, the sage, and um, Alton the Rash, who was her nemesis. So, what do they seek? What does this mortal seek? I wonder if it's maybe Babastasia. Um, maybe seeking getting a skill or a resource. Well, Babastasia was a sage in the village, and she probably had like a lot of like healing and what's the word I'm looking for? Um, not like witchcraft, but like um, that sort of idea, right? Trying to figure out what the word is that I'm looking for. Folk medicine? Yeah, I think that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, white magic, folk medicine, that sort of thing. So maybe there is a sketch of the Baroness there. I think maybe what she's selling in this pyramid scheme are like remedies, like snake oil. Um, but this mortal character wants to get in on the business by providing all these like these herbal remedies from Baba Stasia. Um, yeah. So what are we going to name this character? Who is this character that wants in on this pyramid scheme and has like this book of um, remedies, book of old remedies? While we think about that, I'm going to add. Um, I'm going to add as a resource Baba Stasia's book of remedies. I think I add this to her business venture here. Hilda Mixelov. Ah, Jane. Business. Okay, so I need to write uh, the resolution of the prompt here first. That's how I've been doing this. I have entered into partnership, business partnership with Hilda Mixelov, who has the Book of Remedies, has gifted me with Babu Stasia's Book of Remedies. There we go. Then I have to write a journal entry. I like Hilda Mixelov. um, let's see. So I have to write my journal entry now. Oh, did I? I did not add Hilda to the list of characters. business partner. Oops. All right, let's see if I can get to page 24 instead here. Let's jump there. There we go. Let's see. A mortal by the name of Hilda, Hilda Miksalov requested audience with me. She had in her possession Babu Stasia's Book of Remedies. As I am in business of selling remedies to mortals, the book will give oh let's see. So I'm in business of selling remedies to mortals. The book will give, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like an honest appearance, credibility. The book will give credibility to my venture. Hilda will soon pass as mortals do. So I do not see harm in this opportunity. Besides, she can operate business during sunlight hours. Right. A mortal by the name of Hilda Mikselov requested audience with me. She had in her possession Babustasia's Book of Remedies. As I am in business of selling remedies to mortals, the book will give credibility to my venture. Hilda will soon pass, as mortals do, so I do not see harm in this opportunity. Besides, she can operate business during sunlight hours. All right. So next we are gonna roll again and see. 6 and a 2 is a 4, so that brings us to 63. How do you provide for your banal material needs? Record an experience about the time this went wrong. Check a skill. So many ways this could go wrong. I feel like, here for the chaos. I feel like uh, she has some sort of disagreement about fashion, um, with a tailor, um, and it goes wrong in a way that can only go wrong for a vampire, I think. Um, let's see. We'll go back to skills. I'm just going to try jumping back to maybe page 2. All right, so we have to give up one of these skills when this happens. I'm gonna say it's it's gonna be the phlebotomy, the bloodletting, because I'm not sure when we love. Yes, absolutely love the chaos here. I'm not sure when this bloodletting sort of ended as a medical practice. I think it continued for quite a while though, up until the 19th century. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think somebody put that in chat a couple weeks ago, and just like it's still surprising to me that that's something. So maybe it's not a bloodletting then. So we can choose from predatory reflexes, bloodletting, animal magnetism, charismatic deception, or cat herding. I don't know what to pick. Yeah, Jane, you were the one that looked it up. It's such a long time for that to still be a thing that happened. Um, I think if we let go of things like charismatic deception, her business is going to probably fall apart. Maybe animal magnetism. Oops. Yeah, something going wrong. Listen to your heart. Well, I'm just I just feel like phlebotomy is probably something. If it's going to last until the 19th century, she probably has those skills. I'm probably going to go with animal magnetism and just add to the chaos here, where um, maybe this whole time. Um, Hello, Jacob. Welcome. Welcome to the chaos. So I am playing Baroness Holga, um, a What We Do in the Shadows inspired vampire, in thousand-year-old vampire, and she is now in the 14th century. She started off life as a merchant, but now she's forgotten that. Now she is a baroness who uh, invented pyramid schemes, and she has a bunch of employees or people beneath her who are involved in this pyramid scheme. And um, what else can I tell you? She's entered into partnership with a someone who found a remedy book, and so they're selling snake oil basically. And the journal entry that I just got is, how do you provide for your banal material needs? Record an experience about the time this went wrong, and then check a skill. So when I check a skill, it means I lose a skill. So something has gone wrong. I think I'm going to use animal magnetism, because I feel like her cat, Spice, has maybe not seen, maybe she's tried to protect Spice from her vampiric nature. And I think Spice witnesses it, and because I really love chaos, I think she's gonna turn her cat in. So Spice is gonna be a vampire cat now. Um, so I need to add an experience somewhere, and I think um, so. I can have up to 5 memories. I've got, and the memories keep changing. Spice is gonna be immortal. Yes, yes. Sleeps all day, bites people for no reason. Yeah, absolutely. um, so I can have up to 5 memories, and so this is the part where I'm like managing all the memories, because I'm not supposed to completely erase them because they could come back at some future point. So I just have to go through here and make sure I have space to write a memory or an experience. You can write 3 experiences under 1 memory. So we have origin, enemies, old friend's gift, strigoi, and business venture. So that's 5. So I think I need to, maybe I'll add Spice here. She's going to think that she's always had Spice as an immortal cat. um, all right. So what I do, Jacob, is I usually resolve my prompt first, and then I write my journal entry just so I know what I'm working towards. Let's see. My cat familiar Spice has always been by my side, um, ready for the hunt. My cat familiar Spice has always been by my side, ready for the hunt. Then we're going to go to page 25 to enter the journal. Hmm. Oops. Keep doing that. Record an experience about the time this went wrong. Oh, I think I did not do that correct. Well, I'm going to write my journal prompt. Let's see. In the late hours after twilight, I summoned a tailor to update, oops, update my wardrobe with the changing times. The tailor and I had disagreement about style, and so I did what any rational person would do and feasted upon them. Unfortunately, spice bore witness to the disagreement and to prevent my closest friend from departing my company, I have turned her. All right. In the late hours after twilight, I summoned a tailor to update my wardrobe with the changing times. The tailor and I had a disagreement about style, and so I did what any rational person would do, and feasted upon them. Unfortunately, Spice bore witness to this disagreement, and to prevent my closest friend from departing my company, I have turned her. All right, so we have Vampire Cat. So that should be fun. Lots of amazing, chaotic things in the future here. And I'm going to roll again. So I'm rolling a d10 and a d6 and subtracting the total to move ahead. So I have a 10 and a 5, so that's a 5. I'm going to move up to 68. And then I will highlight this. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is a big one. An antiquity has surfaced which is directly tied to your mortal life. Check a skill or lose a resource and gain the antiquity as a resource. Then regain one of your earliest memories. Record an experience about acquiring the antique. Hmm. So, as a recap, um, the Baroness was actually a merchant. She had her own business that she inherited from her father, who was still alive at the time. Let's see. So let's go back into her memories. Regain an experience. No, record an experience. Regain one of your earliest memories. Now, I think this is going to cause me to have to bump a memory into a diary, or I lose another memory. A vampire can only have up to 5 memories, and in each of those memories, there's 3 experiences. I don't think home is going to be it. So one of her earliest memories would be either her gift. Oh, actually, it would be home or occupation. Lots of conflicting things here in her memories here. I think I'm going to go with occupation. I could still see in her brain that, maybe she was always a baroness who, had these business ventures. Um, so in that case, this becomes I don't want to delete anything, so I think this is going to become a diary that's stored in like a business ledger. I'm just going to check the rules again because I did look that up earlier in the stream. Yeah, so I just have to write diary here. Ledger. And then I have to add this to her resources. Diary. Business. Oops. Business ledger. And she can only have one diary at a time. So this is something that can get destroyed as well. All right. Now we have to think about what the antiquity is that she has here. She previously owned merchant scales, thinking it's going to be something different than that. And then I can check a skill or lose a resource to get this antiquity. What is it going to be? Um, Maybe it's some kind of amulet or mortar and pestle, gold locket. I'm kind of leaning towards the mortar and pestle because it could be something tied to Babystasia. Or what other kinds of jewelry was around? Let's see, 13th century jewelry. Could be a brooch or a cloak, one of those cloak pins. No, it doesn't have to tie into it doesn't have to tie into the business. Oh, I like the idea of being able to conceal something. Um, let's make it a brooch. Brooch with a secret compartment. I love that, Jane. Okay, so then I have to write an experience somewhere. And I'm running out of room. Now, I know that if I don't have room for a memory, um, I have to cross it out. Okay. Um, Actually, I might add it into origin here with maybe she thinks it's it's part of her, like something that's been passed down from generations. It's a brooch I wear conceals important items when traveling. All right, so that's the resolution of the prompt, and then I have to write how she gains this item. An antiquity has a surface which is directly tied to your mortal life. Check a skill or lose a resource and gain the antiquity as a resource. Did I already check my skill or resource? Now I have to go back again. All right. Oh gosh, which of these am I going to give up? I think I'm going to give up cat herding because I think charismatic deception is going to still come in handy. All right. So what will we say here? Um, an old trunk was retrieved from my sunken vessel, the merry merchant. In it, most objects were destroyed, but I was able to salvage an old brooch that um, had been passed down for many generations. It has secret, oops, secret compartment to hide important things. Okay, an old trunk was retrieved from my sunken vessel, the Merry Merchant. In it, most objects were destroyed, but I was able to salvage an old brooch that had been passed down for many generations. It has secret compartment to hide important things. All right. I think that may be it for the stream today because I don't think I'm going to have time to um, get another journal entry in. Um, so we've actually done quite a lot today. So the Baroness of Holga now is a like basically invented pyramid schemes, has a bunch of people who are following her for these to sell these herbal remedies, some of which actually may work now that she has Baba Stasia's book of remedies. Others were just basically snake oil, and she's also turned her cat into a vampire. So Spice is now immortal, which is amazing. Stanislav and Fyodor, her Strigoi companions, didn't really make much of an appearance this time around. I'm sure they'll show up again in future streams. Um, just uh, just to keep on theme here, this week I am also streaming Game Design Lab, in which we're creating a vampire village villain named Frederick Serpentine. And as I said at the top of the stream, I think I'm trying to stream for charity this week in support of Médecins Sans Frontières, Doctors Without Borders, to just see what we can raise here. So in doing so, I think I might open up, whatever my final design is for Frederick Serpentine. I will probably release that to anybody who donates. You also have access to it in my Patreon. So yeah, just trying to do a few little things, and then my Crafternoon stream on Friday. I'm still working on my over the garden wall inspired pattern that I picked up on Etsy. Making pretty good progress here. I know every time I look at it, I'm like, um, this is looking like it's almost done, but no, it's not. I have to go there's a whole bunch of leaves that are still up here and down here. Um, but I'm pretty excited about it because this is the biggest one that I've done so far, and I'm quite pleased with how it's turning out. So this is what I'm working on Fridays. If you want to just join in chat, um, it's basically very chill, listening to lo-fi music and chatting. Anyway, thank you so much for oh, thank you, Jacob. That's so generous of you. Thank you so much for donating. I really appreciate that. Really trying to do as much as I can while continuing um, keeping my affiliate status. I don't know if it goes away or not. So, um, anyway, thank you so much. I will see some of you online or in other streams. And next week, we will continue with with the journey and the journal of the Baroness of Holga. All right. Take care.